number one thing is to give our kids the truth. Whether now you gotta understand. Sometimes truth don't sell. Sometimes if you're looking for glory in Hollywood, then you gotta distort truth and make it exciting. Sometimes truth is real sad. Sometimes truth is horrible. But
Mm-hmm.
if you tell that story, which we have to be educated and have the proper education. We don't need his story no more. See, his story, that's what they call history. That's his story. That's the way he saw it. Okay, and that's almost like me telling somebody, a white person telling me today, well, it's not as bad as it used to be. Okay, well, that's for you. That's for you to say that. Okay, but me who's suffering this every day, okay, you're not even interested in how I feel. You even trying to provide my answers. You don't say, is it as bad as it was a few? You stand up and say just because you got some black friends, it's not as bad as it used to be.
Yep.
That's because you got some black friends, okay? And it's just like what young brothers need to do, young sisters need to do. We need to deal with truth. If it takes digging into them books and finding a story that don't nobody want to tell, if it's the truth, we gotta tell it because that's the only. It's almost like being lost. And you can be lost right here in your house. You can be lost right here in your city. If you don't know where you've been, there is nowhere in the world that you can know where you're going. And if I can lie and deceive you and tell you, yeah, well, you've been down on 39th and Truce. You've been down on 39th and Pride. If you don't admit that you've never been there, then I can put you in the car and we can ride right past 39th Truth. There's no street sign there. You don't know if you've been there or not.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're dealing with a person that can fool you and trick you into, like, okay, I'm gonna tell you where you've been. No, you got to deal with where we've been through the history of our people. And
Yep.
everybody didn't tell the same story.
Mm-mm. No.
Certain people in charge kept the truth hidden from
Yep.
us.
And
And
that's
it's
the
hidden
issue.
unto this day. We don't want to uncover it. We don't want to tell the truth about it. And we steady think we headed somewhere.
No.
You cannot know where you're going until you know where you've been. And that's through the jobs or the mistakes an advancement of your ancestors. If you don't know what your ancestors did, if you don't know what your mother and your father did, if you can't benefit from their mistakes, you ain't going nowhere. You lost. Plain and simple, you just lost. Now you can function as if you're not lost. You can think the world of yourself, but you are lost because you're not benefiting every minute. It's my job to bring that next generation along. It's my job to teach that next generation to do whatever I can to help them benefit from my mistakes so that they don't make the same mistakes. Then we can advance. But if I sit back and not teach them and I'm letting them go through the same mistakes that I made, we ain't going nowhere. We lost. And we'll continue to be lost.
Yeah. I know y'all just heard that, man. But that guy wasn't lying, man. I think that we do need to know who we are. And not just black people, white and everybody including everyone else. Because there are people right now who don't know who they are and don't know who they is, who don't know who they coming from. And that's a shame. It's like we've been lied and been deceived and disbelieved for all our lives. Like we believe anything what people tell us. You come from here. You come from there. You come from there. You come from that back there. You come from everywhere. You want to believe it. But deep down in your heart, you know you've been deceived. You've been deceitful and been lied. You know it. You felt it. When I was coming up at school, I felt like the rest of the kids. I have no place in this world that fit in any place. I feel like I was different than all the rest of the kids. And because of that, I know deep down, I know I'm a brother. But when I look at myself in the mirror, I'm something else. Not to say I'm not proud to be say it loud and say it proud. I'm proud. Believe me, we got a rich heritage for our shows that we had. But the thing is, we need to know where we're coming from. Because everybody else know where they come from. We need to know where we come from. But there's some folks don't know where they come from. And you know what bothers me? And I told my mother, that I could not fit in with the rest of the kids because there's no place in belonging in any place. But I had to, the only way I gotta fit in, I gotta fit in belong with myself. As long as I fit along with myself, everybody else can fit in along with they fit in along with themselves with me. But I agree with this brother right there because people need to start telling the truth. People need to start telling the truth. Don't be lying. Don't be deceitful and then being lied. Because I'm going to tell you, there's a real reason why racism is going on and further have been going on and every further for years. There's a real reason why all these things are going on. See, we don't ask questions. What is this? What is that? What is white? What is black? What is Asian? What is Latino? What is Middle East? What is sipping Hawaiiander and Pacific Ocean Pacific Ocean Islander? They come up all these racial terms, and you sit up there and you wonder, who am I? Who am I? I mean, don't let anyone definement of yourself or what makes something defined by you. Because if you let everybody else define by you, then you don't know who what define what really about yourself and about you as a person. About instead of being defined who you really are and who you really is. Because I ain't gonna lie, they need to start telling our kids. I don't got no kids, but I'm just saying they need to start telling the people the truth. They need to start telling black people the truth. They need to start telling white people the truth. They need to start telling Asian and Latino, every other race of different racial racial color people, color barrier people of colors. They need to start telling people the truth. And I'm gonna tell you what, that explains why racism is kept going up, kept going even further and further going on. It was like it was a setup. It was a setup, discouragement and disturbed. It was set up to keep all these other races and all these other races, divide them and overconquer them. And once you divide by other people and overconquer them, and they can open tours and going tours against each other. Over because of what? Who is wrong or right? I'm gonna tell you, it's sad. It's sad because you don't know who define who you are. Don't let anybody to tell you define who you is, what your ancestry, what your language, what your culture. There are white people out there being lied to and don't even know it. And I kind of felt bad for them because they don't trying to find who they is. Asians being lied to, Latinos being lied to, Middle East being lied to, even Native American. And we ain't the only ones. We think we're the only ones. No, we're not. All racism is come from the racist of all not racism, not only slavery. It just comes from the slave of the mind and mind of the slave and out of the mind. Get out of the mind of slaving and into the mind and enslavement and release to break and that release and break and unrelease that chain and free yourself in your mind and make a lot of expressive about your mind because you got to think for yourself, man. Don't let anybody do the thinking for you. Think for yourself. I can't tell you what to find who you really are. You gotta find yourself who you is. And I'm still trying to learn from my age. I am so sick and tired of people tell you from here, you from there. You don't even know who you is. You don't know if you been overcompensating your own land, your own country, your own people, and everybody else. And I'm sick of it. And something gotta pull the stop to this because this is why there's so much racism. I get it. I get it. Why racism be created by fall by man, but not created by of the God creative of gods. But you know what? They're gonna pay for what the stuff they doing. I ain't gonna lie. When I say they know what I'm talking about. See, they the ones defined by these fill out sheet of paper and describing it. Describe yourself is if you're white, they say Caucasian or white. That's what they say. They'll say black or African. They'll say Asian or, or Oriental. They never say like Latinos, but they'll say Hispanic. They'll say for Native Americans or American Indian. They say Pacific Islanders. They from people come from the island Caribbean islands, and the people from Native Hawaiian and Native Alaska. And then you gotta look at Middle East or far Middle East. You see what I'm saying? It's sad. It's sad that a group of people, why we just can't see people as being human beings and respecting human dignity and human life. We always focus on fucking race. And I'm sick of it. We live in a culture meant a color meant to society. That's what we live at. That explains why these things are going on. That explains why things going on in Russia. That explains why things going on in Africa. That explains why things going on in Asia. That explains why going on in the Middle East. That explains why going on in all other countries. That explains going on in the United States, in South America, to anywhere. No, in North America. No wonder why these things are going on. No wonder. No wonder. And we wonder why we being the way we is. And we think we being manipulated and being misled and led mistreatment out of the leg. And it's sad. People, I'm gonna say to this. Discover who you are. But if you don't discover who you is, who else gonna get discovered or be discovered for you? And don't fall manipulate anything else. Only led the truth and being led by the be led by the enlightenment, and enlightenment is gonna miss this miss. How can I say this? What I mean to say is only truth is gonna lead and lead your existence and out of existence and miss no lead meant for no truth. You want truth, lead the truth and make the path to make your way. You'll find who you is and everybody else gonna find who you are. But don't let anybody define who you are. Define who you is and everybody gotta find by themselves what they become and what they are and what they are become. And that's all I gotta say about that. Don't let nobody define who you are. Define yourself. Study who you are. Because if ain't nobody gonna study who you are, study who you are. Because ain't nobody else gonna do it till you gotta do it. And I want everybody else to do the same. And that's all I gotta say about that. It's your boy Domination. This is Back of the Basic. Check out the deuces how we do text, baby. And until next time, alright? Alright. Peace and I'm out.